A, B, C. The greatest gift my parents ever gave me was teaching me how to read. It all started with a series called Animal Antics, The Fat Cat Sat, and so on and so forth. That was when I was 4. Though it wasn't until the age of 4 that I learned the connection between letters and sounds, reading has been a lifelong pursuit. Some of my earliest memories are of sitting with my dad before bedtime. Even as a toddler, I was reading. Though to be fair, at that time it was more of memorizing the words that went with each picture. As I've gotten older, the books have gotten bigger, the plots more involved, and the characters more developed. The only thing that has remained the same is the purpose with which I read. I read to satisfy my own curiosity. I read about my interests and I read to find new ones. I read to relate to people. To me, there has never been anything clearer or any information more pure as when written in black ink on a white page. Reading has helped me understand events of the past and craft my own future. I learn best when lessons are printed on paper, not preached from the front of the class. There's so much meaning you can get from reading and rereading and rereading. And there's so much you can learn about someone from how their interpretation of the text differs from yours. Reading lets you live outside of your own body and experience things you never would otherwise. Reading can let you live 1,000 lives, all while enriching your own. Being a reader means bad decisions and good ones. It means books and series that you love, whose characters and morals speak to your own. Or sometimes it's the opposite, finding characters and worlds you have no desire to inhabit for yourself. In that sense, learning through reading can be trial and error too. There may be no right way to learn, but reading is a pretty good one. What else could let you be a hero, a sorcerer, a witch, a knight, and much, much more, and still be home in time for supper? The thing about good books is that they require good storytellers to write them. While books might hold morals about being brave and strong and smart and fast and clever, one of the most important things that books have provided me is the tools to express myself. There is rarely the occasion when I don't have the words to tell exactly how I'm thinking or feeling. And the reason why is that I've seen it done before. If my favorite authors can find the words to describe losing a family member or winning a war or being the first to discover a far-off land, then I know I can find the words to give strong opinions and lead meaningful conversations. Something else I've learned from reading is that there's always an antagonist. There will always be the people you disagree with or who you think are trying to bring you down. The key is to be a strong leading character. Be confident in yourself and your abilities, but always take advice from others. Books and comic books and magazines have taught me that it's okay not to be perfect sometimes. All main characters have their flaws. Some might even be considered downright unlikable. But when it's all said and done and the book is almost over, I always find myself sad to see their story end. We are all main characters in our little chapter of the book of life, so it's okay if we have some flaws. But there are some mistakes we don't have to make if we read and remember the chapters of those that came before us. Reading is both a practical tool that allows us to impart information and a fanciful skill that we use to adopt cultures and traditions. Reading has a way of overcoming limits and boundaries. Written works are time capsules from different eras. Books are maps of emotion and guides for action. Books are magical. And so I'm grateful for the miracle of reading, without which I'd be lost.